All right, so now that you watched your video on, or videos I should say, on the muscular system, I'm going to go over the notes with you. Yesterday I forgot to show you that you're going to put this little guy, and you can pause this and fill him out. This is the little guy that shows your skeletal system, the parts that you need to know. So you have your skull in your head, you have your spinal column or vertebral column where your vertebrae are. You have your rib cage, and you have the long bones in your legs and your arms. And then you also have your pelvis, which is an example of irregular bones. So go ahead and fill this guy out. Then you're going to glue him into your notebook. So I would recommend, highly recommend, I'm going to hold my camera up higher, that you glue this and this to where you can see it both on the same page. So then today, when I glue the muscular down, I'm going to glue down my little guy over here. So here, let me pull him out. Little guy over here. And then my muscular system notes over here so that you have them on the same page. Okay? All right, let's go over your muscular system notes. Now, like what I said yesterday, with the skeletal ones, you might have something a little bit different than what I wrote down. That's okay. You're just going to add to it. You just need to make sure that you have written down what I have written down. Oh, I forgot to fill this out, so we're going to fill that out together. All right, so you have the muscular system. You have 600 plus muscles. So that means over 600 muscles in your body. The parts, different types of muscles that you need to know are the smooth muscles, which are in your stomach, intestines, and lungs. Then you have your cardiac muscle, which is your heart, and it's involuntary. And in our vocabulary, we talked about involuntary, meaning that you don't sit here saying, okay, heart pump, heart pump, heart pump, heart pump. Your brain just automatically has it controlled. It's kind of like on autopilot. Then you have your voluntary muscles, the muscles that we control. Like right now, I'm moving my fingers. I'm telling my fingers to move. And then again, the involuntary muscles, the ones that we do not have to tell to do their job. And then you have your skeletal muscles. Those are the muscles that are connected to your skeleton. So these are the main muscles that you need to know about. And they so happen to be in our vocabulary. Okay. The main job for, or really the only job for muscles in your body is to provide movement. Movement, either moving your arm, moving things through your digestive tract, moving your eyes. Anything that moves in your body is because of a muscle. So it receives messages from the nerves, which is your brain. Nerves are like the pathway that the messages take to get from your brain to parts of your body. All right, so how does this muscular system work with all the other systems in our body, our main systems? Remember, these are not the only systems in your body. These are just the ones that we learn about in 5th grade. So how does it work? How do muscles work with your skeletal system, which is your bones? Well, if you didn't have muscles, your bones wouldn't move. So muscles move your bones. Okay. Then you have the circulatory system, which is your heart and your blood vessels and your blood. So heart and blood. The heart is an involuntary muscle. Your whole entire heart is one big giant muscle. Yes, it's an organ, but it's also a muscle. And then I put an X in the muscular, because muscular working with muscular doesn't make sense. Your digestive system is your stomach and the way that you digest food. So your esophagus, which is in your throat, stomach and intestines are muscles. They're smooth muscles. So I'm going to write smooth there. They push food through your body. Okay. Then your respiratory, this is your lungs. Your diaphragm, it's on the bottom of your rib cage. If you suck in really deep and stick your rib cage, like open your rib cage as far as you can, well, the muscle that's opening the bottom of your rib cage is called your diaphragm. Everybody say diaphragm. Okay. So your diaphragm is a large muscle that helps you breathe. If your diaphragm stopped working, that would not be good because your lungs would not be able to pull in oxygen. Sometimes if you have a really bad cold and you've been coughing for a while and the bottom of your rib cage hurts, it's actually like the diaphragm that's sore. Just like if you had a sore leg or a sore muscle in your leg from running or doing some kind of exercise. So when you're coughing a whole bunch, your diaphragm gets sore because it works so hard. Okay, then you have your nervous system. This is your brain. Your muscles receive and respond to messages from your brain. So that's how it works with your nervous system. All right, so I'm gonna leave that there so you can hit pause so you can make sure you have that written down. Then we're gonna go on to the little guy that you're writing down important muscles on. So go ahead, hit pause, get these notes down, and then hit play, and you can do the rest of it. Okay, so now that you have those notes, we're gonna move on to the little guy. All right, so the next clean page, remember you want your pages like this. Now hold this up again so that they're next to each other like that, like open like a book. You don't want them to be front and back because that way you can look at them together. So you're going to label the top muscular system. Today's date, it's 9/30. Here's your little guy of just some important muscles. So you have your heart. Your heart's a cardiac muscle. And then I drew some muscles in my arm and my leg, and those are my skeletal muscles. Then at the bottom of my rib cage, it's this oval, big, long, oval-shaped muscle. That's my diaphragm. And then I have my stomach and my intestines weaving through here. So stomach and intestines are smooth muscles. So those are important muscles that you need to know for the skeletal system. And then don't forget to, here you can click pause if you need to write it down. And then don't forget you need to glue them both in. So I have my notes for my skeletal system over here and my little guy that has some of my muscular system important information on. All right. Once you are done with this, make sure you take a picture of it and upload it so that you get credit for putting it in your notebook. Make sure when you take a picture of it that I can read it, because if I can't read it, I really can't give you credit for doing it. So make sure it's a nice, clear picture and it has the whole thing in it. All right.